And I am live, and you caught me out. Hello, girls. How are you? Anita here from Sequins and Sand, ready to dive into another Friday lunchtime live here. If you are new to Sequins and Sand, welcome. If you are watching the recording, a very big hello to you too. I hope you are sitting back, nice and relaxed, ready to enjoy the black and white edit edition of this live. Now, I am a little bit late and I apologize for that. So if you were hanging around for me, I was so absorbed in getting my notes ready for today and going through the most fabulous photos. You know, we've just done our Cozy Confidence campaign for the 6th year running now, and it's to celebrate women of all shapes and sizes, everyday women just like you, not women who do it professionally or who influence a lot, women who are just like you, who want to look fabulous in their swimsuit because, as you know as well as I do, girls, it's the ticket to living a summer without holding back. And that's what we do at Sequins and Sand. We're here to help women whose body shapes have changed over the years get into a swimsuit to live their summers with greater confidence, feeling supported with our thoughtfully designed swim and resort wear, exceptional fitting advice, and experiences. Woohoo! I'm so excited about today's edition. Yes, I've even got my own version of a black and white stripe on to mark the occasion. Today is all about reviewing black and white, swim and resort wear, the best sellers, as well as some new stock that's just landed. Now, black cozies are still a red hot favorite here at Sequins and Sand. I know many of you love them. We have got some trusted styles to show you today that suit many shapes, and that's why they're so trusted. They're very versatile. But what I want to do today is very much take you through those best sellers for swim and resort wear and bring it back to shape. Shape is the focus big time this year at Sequins and Sand, and we've got quite a few things brewing in the background. So when we talk shape, I believe personally that shape matters more than size. And you know this, like you can go shopping for, say, a top, right? And you'll have 3 or 4 selected. I like that, I like that, I like that. You go to try them on and they're all the same size. But when you put them on, some of them look better on you than others. And what is talking to you there is your shape. Well, swimwear is no different. And swimwear is even more important than just, say, a basic top, because swimwear needs to be functionally right for you as well. So getting the right cozy for your shape as well as your size, but for your shape primarily, will help you get something that not only looks good, but feels right on. And that in turn enables you to do what you want to do this and every summer. Doing in a cozy matters the most as well, because that is the ticket to living a summer with greater joy and freedom, making those memories that matter. And goodness knows, girls, in COVID times, we've got to make sure that those memories are made and that we cherish the moments that we have to get out there and enjoy them. So let's go. There is a lot to cover today. I'm just going to block this person who's come in on YouTube. I'm sorry, I won't. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. Now that I've got that out of the way, let's go through. It was really hard to narrow down what you see here in front of you today because there are so many winning styles, old and new, here at Sequins and Sand, and I really had to just try and focus and bring it down to 3. So let's start with a body shape called the triangle. Now, if you're a triangle body shape, that means your shoulders are narrower than your hips. Your hips are probably your widest point. Now, in researching a lot about shape and helping women find the right cozies for their shapes over their years, particularly midlife women, the women I serve, women who are 40 plus in age, as we get older, our tummies get bigger, right? That's for most of us, that's what happens. And for many of you, maybe you've had a fuller tummy shape most of your life, or maybe that's something that's happened gradually over time, or maybe you've had treatment for different illnesses or whatever the reason, having children, our tummies just seem to get bigger over time. Let me know if that's you. So with the triangle shape, not only are your hips wider, but over time, if your tummy gets wider as well, and you've put on your weight around your tummy, and you obviously have that narrower shoulder line with wider hips, then you are what I like to call a diamond shape. So our triangles in the crew are the beautiful Maria. I'll show you Maria in a tick. And our diamonds are Jackie and Alison. Now look for these girls in the photos, and I'll show them to you shortly, where you can see them in action so that you know whether it's going to work right or not for you. So let me just bear with me. I just want to share with you. Say hello, whoever's there. I like to have a conversation with whoever's there at the moment. We have been working in the background on something called the Shape Calculator. And it's currently in test mode. But if you are a subscriber, there's a surprise heading your way in the newsletter. I'm looking for 20 girls out there in Sequins and Sand subscriber land to help us test this. So, watching it for the first time, this is your sneak peek. Now, this was just the size calculator. Now we've introduced shape. So, the reason I'm doing this is we're going to go to triangle, and I want to show you a bit of a sneak peek. There are our beautiful triangles from our crew. That's what I want to show you. There's Tracy. You can see how Tracy's narrower up top and wider at the hips, and so is Maria. She's a bit twisted, you know, around to the side there, but trust me, she is our triangle shape. So I needed to, did you see that, girls? There we go. So there is Tracy and Maria, our triangle shapes in the crew. Now, I'll just come back to this view. I'll just show you what the most popular styles are for a triangle. Now, if you're a triangle with a fuller tummy, let me find this one for you. Sorry, I'm darting around a little bit here, girls, but I just want you to be clear on what we're doing here with the shapes. So our diamond shapes, there's a lovely Jackie and Alison. Alison's new. She's come through the Summer Confidence Society. Extraordinarily exciting stuff for her. So they're our lovely diamond shapes, and you can see some of the styles that they're in. Now, Alison is in a 3-tier style, and that is the first one I want to share and show you. So the 3-tier works for that diamond shape, particularly to help with the fullness of the tummy area. But this is the 3-tier. It comes in, and in black, it comes in a tankini that goes up to a size 26, girls. So really diverse sizing. This has been around for years, the 3-tier. That's why it comes in so many prints and plains as well. But this is what started it all off, the black one. And it also comes in, I've got too many up here, a 1-piece. There is the 1-piece version. So let me show you a picture now of the lovely girls in their 3 tiers. I might just save this to the end. It's going to save jumping around a lot, isn't it? I'm not really doing this well. I've got to get in the groove, girls. I thought I'd be able to show them to you all at once. There's lovely Tasha. There she is. There's Alison in our lovely diamond shape. And you can see how that top tier is actually broadening the top part of Alison's body out a bit more. and then it gives her that lovely tummy coverage. Doesn't she look beautiful in that in the next 2 tiers down? So there, and there's Tasha, different shape for the same reason. But that is what I wanted to show you, that that style is so versatile that you can actually, did you just see that? I'm not sure that you did. There's Alison. So if you didn't see Alison, there she is. So this top tier here helps to widen out the top part of Alison's body, and the 2 bottom tiers help to give her that gorgeous tummy coverage that many of you are after with a rounder tummy shape. So I'm just going to motor through these now because it's too disruptive to keep going backwards and forwards. So hang in there. Oh, thank you, Linda. Lovely to see you. So they're the 3 tiers. Now, I'll just quickly show you the 3 tier underneath, because I always want you girls to know what things look like underneath. It does have the bust support with a shelf bra, and you can see where those tiers are sewn in underneath. And the tankini just falls straight down. The one piece has got, it's fully lined front and back, but it also has the same underbust elastic. Now, the other beautiful thing about this style is that it goes from a C to an E cup easily, maybe even a B cup. I've put B cups in this as well. So if you're a triangle with that classic smaller up top, you might only have a B or a C cup and wider around the hips. The 3 tier is the #1 go-to for you. Now, the other style that is brilliant for different reasons, this is the Delacroix swim dress. Yay, we have a swim dress. So cute, this one. But you see how it's a triangle shape at the top. And it's also got this lovely ruching under the bust. Now, you know, as a triangle, to bring the attention up and not to overwhelm too much. That's where the triangle shaped cup is a really good one for you. So this is a fantastic option if you are a triangle shape. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, it's got a one-piece built in underneath. A bit hard to see when it's all black. There we go. And at the back, it's just a simple scoop neck, fully adjustable straps. You'll find that in the swimwear, swim dress section of our online store. So that is great. Maria wore this style in a black and white print a couple of seasons ago for the Cozy Confidence shoot, and it just looks fantastic. She loves this in the bikini now. She's gone to a bikini. Yay, Maria. So that's another great shape for you girls if you're a triangle shape. Brings all the attention up, particularly with that ruching, and often you will have a higher natural waist. You know, your narrowest point will sit up a little bit higher, and that will help to accentuate it as well. It's a great option if you're a triangle shape. Now, from a resort wear point of view, again, the same principles where you can add more detailing across the top, but also give you a little bit of shape. So the pin tuck is a brand new style that's been released by Genevieve Swimwear. Comes in black as well as white. We've got the white. We've got to get the photos done for the black one yet. Maria's going to work on that for us very, very soon. But this is the pin tuck. You can see them there. So this will bring the attention here and add a little bit of detailing to keep the attention up. So great. And plenty of room to move about the hips because there is a nice width to this around the waist and hip area as well. So from a resort wear point of view, I would look for the pin tuck beach dress that we've just had land here at Sequins and Sand. Comes in black and white. Very handy for the black and white edition. Okay, now as we motor through our shapes here, I'm just checking my notes because there's a lot to take you through. Sticking with the bellies, remember how I talked about our triangle shapes could also have a belly and they're diamonds. That's the lovely Jackie and Alison. Just sticking with the belly shapes for now because the #1 concern that most of you have getting into your cozies is that you have a fuller, rounder tummy, that you're not so confident about showing. Oh, hello, Jane. Lovely to see you, sweetheart. You're coming up. You're going to feature. Jane's in our Cozy Confidence crew. So with a rounder tummy shape, the 3 tier that I showed you earlier is a must. and Jane will credit that too because she's a rounder tummy shape. And they the 3-tier is one that will help with your tummy, but also a very popular style for those who probably don't have the fullness in the bust as much, but have that rounder apple shape, is this one here. Now, this is the flouncy in a tankini top. It also comes in a one piece, but this one has been selling really, really well this year. It's a comeback. Styles do that every now and then. This has been around for eons, but you can see it's like wearing a top, girls. So if you're conscious of your tummy, this one here will just sit over your tummy without bringing, it's not a firm fit. It's really, really loose. And then the band comes in just underneath your belly that sits on your, nice fancy, thanks, Jane, just sits on your hips. So great style, not a huge amount of bust support in this one, girls. So if you're a B, C, or D cup, this one would work well. But beyond that, I think it starts to, you know, you're not going to get the support. Now, if you're not bothered by that, fantastic. But if you need the support, this is not the style for you. But it is the style for you if you are tummy conscious and have a rounder tummy shape. You can see there's the shelf bra that does give some support in the front and goes all the way around the back with the elastic and just falls. See, you can see that how the fabric just falls in this style. So that's the flouncy tankini top. Now, in terms of a shape and who to look to in our crew, I will show you who they are, and then I will keep showing you the cozies. Now, let me share my screen again. Now, here she is. There is the lovely Tasha. Tasha is a classic rounder shape. She's got a fuller tummy shape, and you can see her in that 3-tier style. I'm just going to go back here, hopefully. Right. This is our shape calculator page that I showed you before. Now, we have got the round shape here, because often the round shape, you may have been a round shape all of your life, but often as we age and get older and we start to put on weight around the middle, if you're an hourglass or particularly a rectangle, you may find that you start to develop that rounder body shape, and then you become more like an apple shape or a round shape in your features. Here are our beautiful roundies. So there's Jane. Hey, Jane, look at you there, beautiful roundie. And Flick and Tasha. Tasha's in the blue one there. But all the details on what makes a round or apple shape is there. And then we go in and we tag all the cozies according to the shape so that we can show you the cozies that are best for that particular shape. So let's have a look at those. We have got, for a fuller bust with a rounder tummy shape, there's this one. This is the best seller. This is the Underwire Tankini version. There's also a one piece, and that's what Jane was wearing in that picture. This is one of our best sellers now for an F or G cup. It starts, I wouldn't go anything below an E, but what makes this such a fantastic option for those with a fuller tummy and bust shape is the paneling. So if you have a fuller tummy shape, not only should you look for those 3 tiers, but look for paneling, right? The ruched paneling in the front will help to give you that bit of camouflage and support, but also these awesome side panels will help to bring you in a little bit and help to create some shape, because when you're full around the tummy like that, you have lost your waist shape usually if things go out this way, not in this way. So the panels help to create that lovely visual waist. And you can see the depth of the cup in this one, and I'll show you just very, very quickly how it has the underwire inside for support. It's also got another, I'm just checking the size of this one. This one's a 24. So Jane, you would have been in this one. This one's got the underwire in the front, fully lined, and then at the back, it's got the inbuilt bra. Do you see that? So that's an extra strap. Now it's, you know, makes it a bit tricky to get in and out of, I'm not going to lie, but particularly in of. But once you've got it in place, you should be right. Now what that does is it gives you another level of bust support. So a great, great option. This is very popular. and now just released in the other print, which is the Bandana Noir from Genevieve. So that's the tankini version of this one. It doesn't have, it's got the paneling, but not the firm paneling. This one has an A-line shape. So again, if you've got an A-line shape to your cozies, that's not going to cling too much. If you prefer to have that freedom of movement around your tummy, then this is what's going to give you that. This paneling will keep it in a bit firmer and help to create a visual waist with the side panels. So two very different cozies, both for an F and G cup, maybe an E size bust. And that's for our rounder shape girls. Now, another favorite for the round shape girls, and I'll just go back to sharing my screen. You can see here, Flick is in this one in the black. It's now come out in a black and white print, which is the Bandana Noir. Now, the reason I've included this one in a rounder tummy shape is because a crossover is a great cut for a rounder tummy shape as well. Those longer diagonal lines just help to break up the bulk of your tummy. And again, with the side ruching, helps to create that visual waist, to give you that extra curve that you might be lacking with your rounder tummy shape. And this one is fantastic because it's got an extra piece of fabric sewn in over the top of the one piece underneath. Now, what that does is it gives you extra length. Now, here's a top tip. When you have a rounder tummy shape, if it's quite full and very full, then you need the ruching or the paneling with the ruching in your cozies, because you need the length to get around your tummy. And that's what this cozy does brilliantly. Not only does it give you a little bit of extra length to get over your tummy and to give it that coverage that you might be looking for, it has the ruching as well and the crossover through the bust. Tick, tick, tick. This is called the Crossover Sheath one piece, and in the lovely new Bandana Noir print in the black and white. So, yeah. Hey, Maria. Nice to see you. I've just showed you Maria before in our beautiful triangle shape. So there's some great options for you if you are a rounder tummy shape, a rounder shape girl. Now, there are a couple of styles that suit just about every shape here in our arsenal at Sequins and Sand. Now, this is another crossover version, and I've put this in, and I'll show you later on a picture of this on the website. This is a slightly higher crossover, and it's sewn in a little bit differently in that it's just stitched there between the bust to keep it in, but it gives the illusion of the crossover shape, and it's got the ruching. So again, a great option for a rounder shape. This one has been romping out the door. It's a chlorine resistant fabric as well. And I know that many of you who have bought this do your water workouts. And I've got a fantastic photo to show you of Marg from our Cozy Confidence campaign this year. Marg wore this one. Fantastic on Marg. And that's why, because she's in the pool a lot for her water workouts. Nice high back to give you that extra bust support as well. This one would start from about a C cup and go up to a double D, possibly an E. But again, a slightly different style for that rounder tummy shape, but also a triangle shape as well. This one's a very versatile shape. I would say just about any shape would work in this one. I'll just quickly show you what's happening underneath. You can see that there's the strong underbust elastic in the shelf bra, but it's also got an underwire. Okay, so you've got double the bust support in this one. And I think it does, yeah. It's got some openings there too if you need to wear your bust prostheses. So it's a great cozy, fully lined front and back. And it's got the power mesh in the front as well. Let me pick that up. A little bit, you can see my stripes coming through. That's the power mesh. So that gives you an extra bit of half a size of tummy support in the front area. So the crossover, this is the Luxe Crossover one piece from Caprioska, and it's just been a great seller this year. Very, very popular. That's why I've included it today, girls. Now, everyone needs to bow down and hail, all hail to this next one. This is the Bando. Now, I've got to tell you, so many girls in the crew swoon over the Bando and have relied on it time and time again over the years. It is absolutely brilliant. And when I show you the photos of this very soon, you will see it on 4 or 5 different crew members, just to show you how it works on different shapes, right? And different sizes, but more importantly, shape, girls. Remember, that's the thing. Now, these straps are removable, which is what makes it the Bando. So great. So if you're a triangle shape like Maria, this works well for you because anything that's strapless will naturally widen with that straight line across. But all the ruching up top helps to give visual boost to a bust. And then you've got all that ruching down the sides. And again, remember, got a fuller, rounder tummy shape. Ruching is your best friend, gives you the length and the coverage that you're after. So the black Bando, probably our #1 seller over the last 12 years. It's been in the store for at least 11 years. It's one of the first styles that we ever had here at Sequins and Sand, and it's a bloody awesome cut. Nice high back. It will work on just about every shape, girls. So that's why I've included it in for our round figure girls, and I'll show you that a little bit later on. Now, moving on, if you are a rounder tummy shape girl and you don't want all that cling around your belly, this is a lovely style. This is brand new. This is the collared shirt dress from Genevieve, and it's got cheers. Oh, hello from Brazil. Nice. What time is it in Brazil? I have no idea. It's got the button through down the front. So what I love about these button through shirt dresses is you can do so much more with them. You can wear them open as a cover up over your togs or as a lightweight jacket over shorts and tees or jeans and tees, or even a dress, a nice tube dress or something over the top. So you can get so much more wear out of a shirt dress by wearing it as an open lightweight jacket. This has got some lovely detailing. It's got this beautiful lace work through each of the tiers and a fluted sleeve. It's a long sleeve, and there's even the detailing, that lovely lace work in the sleeve. Just a nice classic cut straight through, a few different sizes, and goes up, starts at about a 12 and goes up to a 24, even a 26. It's a really generous cut throughout the sizes. So that's a new one too. You'll find it in the clothing beach dress section of our online store, and it's beautiful. So it comes in the black, and also, I'm just going to bring it back a bit because my light seems to flare, doesn't it, girls? And there's the white version. It'll go to about the knee, just a bit below the knee, depending on your height. So it's a good length. And that's the small. Looking at that small, I reckon that would start at a 12 and go to a 14 easily. And this is the large. And to me, that looks like an easy 20, starts at a 20, 22. Probably would go to a 24, that one. So they're the two options for that shape that you might like to check out in store in the clothing beachwear section. Now, we have done our triangles and diamonds with the fuller tummy. We've done our rounder tummy shapes. Now, let's look at and we've done our bigger boob apple shapes as well, haven't we? Rounded tummy shape. That was the stuff that Jane and Flick were in. So now we're going to go to probably what you will see. It's a shape that you will see on probably 90%, maybe more, of professional swimsuit models that are out there, particularly with what Caprioska and Genevieve use. They use an hourglass shape. And why is that? It's because an hourglass shape is a perfectly proportioned shape. visually, scientific fact, girls. I've researched this as well. From as humans, there's a particular part of our brain that recognizes the proportion of an hourglass as being the most pleasing shape to the eye. So it's all about the proportion. If you're an hourglass shape, you've got shoulders and hips that are around about the same width, but you've got a well-defined waist. Now, I am actually an hourglass shape, and in our crew, there is Maz from Maz Lifestyle, Maz Saunders. Mazzy, you're usually checking in if she's not babysitting her children, her grandchildren. So there is Maz, there's me, and there is Susie Rachetti. Hi, Susie, if you're watching from Melbourne. So look for us. You won't see much of me because I'm usually organising stuff, but there are a few shots. I wear the bandeau. That's my favourite one. And Maz is in the classic shots, and I'll show you those shortly. If you're an hourglass shape and you've got a defined waist, odds on you don't have a fuller tummy with that. You won't have a fuller tummy. It's reasonably flat. This is a great style. Other than the bandeau, which I showed you, which works on everybody, this is the Scoop one piece from Capriosca Swimwear. It is just a beautiful, simple style. Just the simplicity is all you need. Just a little bit of ruching around the mid area, but not a lot. And when you've got an hourglass shape, you can wear just about anything, girls, because of your proportioned body. But if you don't like all of that ruching, you don't need all of that ruching. But if you prefer it, go for it, but you don't need it. This is a great style. It's got a lower scoop back, and you can see that it's got, it's actually got an underwire as well as the strong elastic under the bust. So that's where the support comes from in this style. And I'll show you a picture of this shortly on Maz. Looks fantastic. And I've also modeled this one in the Cosy Confidence shoot last year, I think. So that's a Scoop underwire one piece from Capriosca Swimwear. Now, the other one piece that is making a comeback this year in the Provence blue, but it has been in black for probably 4 years now and continues to stay on. It is the crisscross. Now, this is the style that you look at on the on the hanger like this and you go, oh God, that's pretty awful. But all of this, they're bands that crisscross over. And man, if you want to highlight your waist, this is the style to wear. It is a glamorous style. It's an absolutely stunning style on, and I'll show you some pics of that soon too. It's got a lovely V neckline and just simple through the back, but a nice high back to give you extra bust support. But that is an absolutely stunning cosy on to show off a waist. Now, equally well, if you haven't got much of a tummy, because if you do, this is probably going to pronounce it a little bit more because there's no ruching along there and it's pretty flat. All the attention is really up here. Then if you want to bring attention to your waist, then this is the style for you. I also think it works beautifully for an inverted triangle shape with a bigger bust. Someone who is wider at the top and narrower at the hips. Now, it's a bit controversial because all the theorists will say when you've got narrower hips and wider shoulders, with a fuller bust in particular, that you try and make the bottom part fuller, right? Like with a skirted bottom or some detailing on the bottom. And that's true. But I think if you've got a beautiful bust up top like Tammy does and Joe, and I'll show you pictures of those shortly from the crew, they wear, Tammy wore this recently in the Provence blue and it's absolutely stunning on. It brings all the attention up. So if you have got a great bust, I say flaunt it. And if you're an inverted triangle, this would be one to go for as well. Yeah, so that's the crisscross one piece. Very, very popular, making a big comeback. Now, while we are talking inverted triangles, because I've kind of segued into that shape now, this is another style that is a must for you, particularly or definitely if you've got a fuller bust shape with it. because all of this ruching for your fuller bust helps to give you the bust coverage that you need. Now, it's in a tankini with some ruching, but it also comes in a one piece. So this is a great style. Again, the attention is up here and some ruching around the tummy if you've got a slightly fuller tummy shape with your inverted triangle. If you are a plus size inverted triangle, or, you know, as I like to say, a midlife woman with an inverted triangle that's got a bit of a tummy, then this is a great option for you. This is a best-selling style. The ruched underwire is a bestseller. Goes up to a G cup as well for that reason. Great for a fuller bust shape. So inverted triangles, wider shoulders, narrower hips, a bit of a tummy if you're a midlife shape or a plus size shape, but also you might have a really full bust with your inverted triangle shape, or you might not be so big along across the bust. If you've been a swimmer a lot of your life, then usually you'll have that inverted triangle shape from all the water workouts you've done over the years. Now, another one that is proving really, really popular this summer is this new style from Caprioska. It's a zip front. And this again is great if you are that inverted triangle shape, because this is a neckline that is flattering for you. It sits about here, and with the V-neck, with the zip, you can bring the neckline down a bit. But these sorts of straps, this is the theories behind this is that it will bring in your wider shape shoulders and bring that width in visually so that then it lines up a bit more with your hips from a proportion point of view. So this one is the Luxe Sport Sleeveless Zip Up. And again, it's been very popular because it's a chlorine resistant fabric. So it can be worn in the pool lots and lots without, give you a lot more wears over time than what regular swimsuit fabric will. So zip up front, it's got the waist definition there, a nice classic cut, but with that neckline, really great if you're an inverted triangle to visually bring in your shoulder line if you're conscious of them, right? Okay, now, how are we doing? I'm going to take a sip of water. White is my fave. Right. Almost midnight, working late and enjoying the live stream. Oh, thanks, KO. Okay, from Brazil. I think you're my first viewer from Brazil. Right, so we're moving on now to the other sought after shape, particularly on the runways. A typical model shape is the rectangle. Now, a rectangle shape is pretty much straight through. Well, it is straight through, where your shoulders, waist, and hips are all the same width. So you haven't got any waist definition. Now, you may have a flatter bust with that, or a medium-sized bust, or a fuller bust as well, but straight through shape. Now, as we get older, again, and I mentioned this before with the rounded tummy shape, if you've been a rectangle for most of your life, but as through midlife and as you're getting older, you've actually put on some weight and it's come through your tummy, then you may go towards that apple shape where your waist is now quite full and your shape has changed with a little bit more of a slightly more width because of your fuller tummy. So I have called that in our new shape calculator and shape tags. We reference to a plus size rectangle or a midlife rectangle for that reason. So if you find that your tummy's getting bigger and you're that rectangle shape and you're more tummy conscious, then my tip to you would be to shop as if you were around a tummy shape, because it will probably serve you well. But if that you're not bothered so much and you're willing to look at a few different styles, stick with me here for a typical rectangle. Now, with rectangles, you don't have that defined waist. So great to visually create a waist with what we call placement. You can have placement prints or placement colors. Now, this is a fantastic example, and I will show this to you shortly on the beautiful Evie. So in our Cozy Confidence crew, we've got Liz, who's got a fuller tummy with her rectangle shape. tending more towards an apple. And then we've got Evie, who is a classic rectangle, and she used to be a model. Well, she kind of still is for us. So Evie rocks this, and you can see why this would create some shape, girls, because they've got the white side panels, but this is where your eye goes, right, at the junction of those two. So because there's that change in color, you're drawn to that line, and that what will visually create that waist. This is a stunning cozy. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got bust support in there. Now, Evie is about a size 20 and has got about a C to D cup, probably a D cup bust. And hello, Evie, if you're watching, sweetheart. She usually watches the replays because she's got a lot on her plate during the day. But you can see that there is the molded cup for a lovely bust outline and an under bust elastic to give you that defined, to give you the bust support that you need. It's got the zip, and then it's fully lined front and back. And it's in a really lovely textured fabric. Texture is another way. If you don't want print and you want the classic black in a plain color, the great way to get a bit more of a camouflage like a print offers is to look for texture. That's my other top tip to you. And these jacquard fabrics are around at the moment. You saw it earlier in the FG cup style from Genevieve. And this one, sorry, it's my flopped hanger is making it stick. And this one has also got the texture to it, like a jacquard. This is a beautiful cozy. You'll find it in the one-piece section as well. And I'll show it to you shortly on Evie. Beautiful, beautiful. Visually create a waist if you're a straight-through girl with this style here. Now, another way to do it is with print and plain. Look at that. Straight away, when you see that, what do you notice? Your eye is automatically drawn to this piping and the junction of the black and the print. So I'm going to, Evie's going to model this for us a little bit later on in the season. I've got to get it out to her. But this is the spliced one piece from Genevieve in the Bandana Noir print. And you can see straight away, girls, that visual waist is created there. It's not, it really does work. It's quite astounding. And you see it's got the printed back. Now, this one will work for so many bust sizes. I think it will start at a B. It's a classic straight through cut, but with the clever placement of the print and the plain, it will visually create a waist if you've lost yours, right? Or you've never really had one because you are that rectangle shape. Now, it's got the lovely underbust elastic, and it's also got really wide openings to house bust prostheses. So this is a mastectomy friendly style as well. It's got the power mesh in the front for extra tummy support. It's got all the features, girls, a real winner. So if you're a rectangle shape and you want to visually create a waist and create a curve, then a spliced kind of style one piece is the way to go. Now, another very, very popular style, I'll call it with a bullet this year, is this one. It's the long sleeve scuba suit from Genevieve Swimwear. And again, Sonia has been very clever with her use of print and plain to visually create the waist, right? This time she's flipped it. She's got the print on the outside, but you can see that's where my eye is drawn, and I'm sure yours is too. So again, it's going to create that visual curve, front and back. Now, the other reason why this is so popular as a cozy is because it's got the long sleeve. So if you're after sun coverage or a more modest swimsuit with more coverage, this is it, right? This is also rated UPF 50 plus for sun coverage, and it's made from chlorine resistant fabric. And check this out. This has got everything, this cozy. It's got bust support. There you go. There is the strong underbust elastic. I've got to go the other way. And the clever Sonia has put really nice, generous openings in the bust area in the cups so that you can put your prosthesis in there too. So this is such a wonderful cozy that if you're in the water for hours, if you were, you know, like Maria, heading off soon to go snorkeling and you're going to be in the water a lot, this will give you the protection that you need. And nice to know that if you have had a mastectomy and are looking for a cozy that you can put your bust prostheses in, this will do that too. So good. And if you're in the pool a lot, right, because it's chlorine resistant. Tick, tick, tick. But visually, create a waist if you're a rectangle with this one. There you go. So that's all the shapes. We've covered a lot of turf today, girls. This has been a big masterclass, if you like. Now, if you're a rectangle and you like to glam it up, then this is the other cover-up that we have in store. This is the Kimono Style, and it is a maxi length. It's got a textured fabric. I think they call that a burnout when they sort of have some elements of the print that's sheer. You see that, and some that are solid. And this one has a tie at the high waist, sort of an empire line for you to tie it in. Leave it open as a long jacket, but a very glamorous cover-up, girls. I'm sure you'd agree. And I've put that with our new Hayman Hat, which is a striped reversible swim hat. You can swim in this one, made of fabric, super tough, great for packing. One to wear in the water, you know, all day long. Such a nice hat. I'm just over the moon about this one. So that looks great. Keeping in the black and white theme. There we go. The hats. The other hats we've got are visors and this lovely, what's this one called? Josie, I think. Yeah, the Josie Safari hat has come in black as well. So there's a few more hats in too in black and white for you to enjoy this summer. I think we've still got to add the photos up for the visors, but everything else is there. There's also sarongs to use as cover up in black and white. There's a white cotton one, very generous. And then there's the black, super sexy, lovely long mesh sarong from Genevieve. I love this one. It's got the braided ties, so you don't get that bulk when you tie it up. And it's got that beautiful, glamorous frill. This is a lovely option. You can wear it up high because it's a longer length as a dress, or you can wear it as a skirt, as a traditional sarong. Love it. Beautiful. So that's in the accessories sarongs section of our store. Oh, man. Let's have a look at the girls. All right, let's go. Share my screen. Now, I just want to take you through the shapes. Now, if you are a subscriber, then during the week, I'm going to send out a special edition of the newsletter and ask for 20 people to help us test this shape calculator. This is your sneak peek, girls. You're very, very lucky to be seeing this. Okay. Now, we have updated the size calculator and we've updated it to accommodate shape because I believe so much in shape and getting the right, understanding your shape to get the right fit in your swimwear. Really, really important. There are the 4 basic shapes: triangle, otherwise called a pear, and there's Tracy and Maria. There you are, Maria, our classic triangle girls. Then we've got our rectangles, and there is Liz with her fuller tummy rectangle shape, so almost an apple. Liz could go either way with her dressing. And there is Evie in that cozy. Of course she is rocking it. They're our rectangles. Look for them in store, girls. Now, inverted triangle shape. We're wider up the top, then around the hips. Joe is a classic, and Joe's got about an E-cut bust, and so does Tammy. Now, I showed you this one in the black version, but Tammy rocked it in the Provence blue version at the shoot recently for Cozy Confidence. And Tammy is definitely our classic inverted triangle with wider shoulders, narrower hips, and a fuller bust. Then we've got our lovely hourglasses. And Maz is our classic hourglass. Now, this is another popular swimsuit, but again, it's one that doesn't have any ruching, right? Maz doesn't need all that ruching around her tummy because it's really flat, and she's got that defined waist, and these stripes here, again, black and white, will define her curves even more. Maz has got a D-cut bust and is a size 16. Okay, so that is our hourglass. And then we talked about diamond shapes, which is a triangle and a fuller tummy with it. narrower here and a sloping waistline, but with a fuller tummy because, you know, women in midlife, this is what happens to us. As we get older, we get our tummies. And this is a lovely Alison, who's also the diamond, our shining diamonds. Beautiful. And then we talked about the round or apple shapes. And there's a beautiful Flick, Jane, and Tasha. They're the girls to look for with those rounder tummy shapes, where often the tummy is the fullest part. You can have a smaller, proportionally smaller bust or a fuller bust like the girls over here do. Now, what you do is you put in your shoulder, bust, waist, and hip measurements, and then on the screen will come your result. But those of you who get to test this with me will see that. Okay, I just wanted to show you the shapes. Now, let's have a look at the girls in their cozies. So there's the lovely Evie rocking that Acapulco one piece. There is Tasha in the 3-tier with her rounder tummy shape. And I just want to show you the versatility of this. It also looks beautiful on Alison, our diamond. And there's an hourglass shape. Now, this is a Capriosca model. You see, she doesn't need all of that there. So it's not a style I would put an hourglass in necessarily. There's Alison, our diamond, rocking it. And there's the beautiful Evie. Now, Evie is the rectangle, right? Bit of a tummy, not a huge tummy on Evie, but she does love this and wears this style really, really well. The diagonals and the frills just help to create a little bit of movement for her shape. Okay, so they're the 3 girls from the crew rocking that one. And then I just want to show you the versatility of the black bandeau. There's Evie in it, our rectangle girl. She's got the straps on in this one. You can see the ruching everywhere in all the right places. And then there's the lovely Vita. Hello, Vita. If you're watching, Vita is an apple shape with a bigger bust, probably a double D bust. And I would say Vita's around an 18 to 20. And I thought I had Maria in here. There we go. And there's Maria. Now, Maria's our triangle girl, but she also rocks this style as well. And she's got the straps off. So, again, to widen her shoulders, that would be the most flattering way to wear that cozy. And there it is on the side. Just beautiful. Such a great cozy. Probably our best-selling black. Right. What else did we show you today? We showed you the scuba suit in Bandana Noir. Now, this is on the lovely Amelia from Genevieve. She's a professional model, and you can see she's got an hourglass shape, right? Defined waist, shoulders and hips about the same width, and there those lines are really accentuating her waist. So when you see these models, you know, be aware of that, girls. They're often not your shape, but you can see how they do sit on you. Now, this is the other style that was in the plain black. There's the crossover sheath. You can see how that helps to define her waist even more. there's the navy bandeau girls, which almost look black. But there's Liz in the bandeau, our rectangle girl, and there's Tammy, who is our inverted triangle in it as well. Such a versatile piece. There's the crisscross on Maria. And I just want to find where is, here we go. This is the tank underwire. There it is on, you can see it on the hourglass shape with the paneling. And there's our beautiful Jane. Jane is very much the F to G cut bust. And you can see that with Jane's rounder tummy shape, the panels just help to bring her in nicely as well and help define her shape. Beautiful. And I just want to show you that crossover sheath, which is here. I'm hoping that I've got Flick in that one. Yeah, I do. Here we go. The crossover sheath. Again, for a rounder tummy shape, but that's not a rounder tummy shape, is it, girls? Here's one that is. And it looks fantastic on Flick. All the attention is up here, and it just gives her the support she needs around her tummy with the ruching. Great. So there you have it, girls. I reckon I've just about done enough. Are you bored? Julie Fry. Hey, Julie. Yeah, they do look great in their swimmers. They do such a great job. They warm my heart, each and every one of them. So there you have it, girls. All the black and white bestsellers as for your shape. So I hope this is something you might have to go back and watch a couple of times. There's a lot of tips in there, what to look for your shape. But I hope you found it really helpful, because otherwise, why am I here? If I can't be helpful, why do I do this? So I hope that you got something out of that. If you've got any questions, put them in the discussion area now. And if you're watching the replay, put them in when you're watching as well. If you think, would this work for me, and you're not quite sure, drop me a line. Let me know, and I'll come back to you. Because even if you're watching the replay, those comments stay on there forever. So it's all good. Oh, no, Julie, this is not one of my dresses. This is an Ananasta. Ananasta is a Brisbane-based label. Yeah, it does beautiful things. No, I saw it on the rack a couple of years ago, and I just had to have it. So it's actually a bit of an oldie, but it was my best black and white that I thought I could put on today. Yeah, thank you very much. That's very kind. Thanks, Maria. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. I look forward to reading your comments. If you've got any questions, we're always here to help you live your summer with greater confidence, so you can get out there and rock it, girls. Make those memories with all of those you love. See you on the lines. Thanks very much. Bye.